Hey guys, it's Pokemon Invest and Collect back here with another video. Today I got a little bit of a different video, not a pack opening, but a little bit of a different video. We're gonna be going through. I got a nice package today. We're gonna go through and open it up and see what I got, and then I'm gonna show you all what I have so far right now that I'm gonna send to PSA to be graded and go through and kind of give you all an idea of what I can expect back from PSA. But first off, I have made an error and forgot to mark off the sensitive information on this package. So I'm going to Sharpie that off real quick so that you all don't know where I live. So yeah. Alright, now that I've got that done, I got a nice big box from the USPS today. Go ahead and slice this guy open. And yes, those of you telling me I have poor knife technique, I don't really care. It is what it is. Alright, now I have knocked you all over, but we have a nice note here from people I bought it from on eBay. Pristine Comics. Yeah, they are kindly sent me this box and all these packing peanuts. I'm going to try and be careful to not send everywhere. And kind of give you all a little bit of a peek down in here to what I got. Get my hand out of the way. That should be a Vivid Voltage booster box. Yeah, but I have a feeling there's something else in this box as well. There we go, a second Vivid Voltage booster box. So you can go ahead and get this guy out of the way and all the packing peanuts. But yeah, so I have two Vivid Voltage boxes that I'm going to be cracking one here shortly. I'm making a video on that. Might be a couple videos, different videos on that. So exciting things to look forward to from there, from these Vivid Voltage boxes. And we're looking out of these. You're looking for that Chonkachu in the secret rare, that secret Chonkachu. But we're not going to crack into these today. That'll be for a later video. So for now, I'm going to set these aside. But today, we're going to go over the cards that I currently have in my possession that I've pulled, that I am planning to send to PSA. So I have a nice stack here. And up first, I have this Entei promo card. So this promo card is actually from the Pokemon the movie. I believe is the 2001 movie. Yes. So this Pokemon the movie from 2001. Now this Entei, reverse holo Entei, in a PSA 10 goes for $470. Now I can already see right here, there's some discoloration on the front here. That's not going to help me out. And then when you flip it over, this card really it's got stuff all over the sides. And really, I'm not sending this to PSA to get a great grade because I know it's not going to do great. My guess is it might get a PSA 7, maybe a 5, I guess, honestly, PSA 5, because of all this corner damage, edge damage. I mean, it's really a beat up card, but I do want to get it encased and get a grade back on it either way, just so I can have it long term and it won't get any worse. But now, getting into the cards I've pulled recently, because I recently got back into collecting and opening up. So we're going to start with our newest sets, the Vivid Voltage. And so from Vivid Voltage, I got this Telescopic Sight Secret Rare. Current full art. Currently, no PSA 10s have been sold, so there's no pricing on it at the moment. Check PSA 9. Got nothing there as well. So, I'm expecting a pretty decent grade on this. The top to bottom centering is really bad on this card, but left to right is really good, and there's almost no noticeable edge or corner damage anywhere. So I'm honestly expecting it to get like a PSA 9, just because of the centering. I think the centering is just so bad, top to bottom, on front and the back. This top part is just so much smaller than this bottom part. But next card, we have our Sword and Shield set. From the Sword and Shield set, we have our full art Ordinary Rod Trainer Secret Rare. So this card in a PSA 10 is currently last sold for $31. This card, I think, this particular one, I think, is in really good condition. The centering on it is really good. This little bit of dust here is actually just on the card sleeve here. The edges look really good. The corners look really good. I think this is honestly one of my best contenders for a PSA 10. The centering looks absolutely amazing all the way around, and the surface on it is just pristine. So I think honestly this is my best shot at getting a PSA 10. There's currently 40 PSA 10s so far in population so far. So I think I got a good shot at a PSA 10 on this. Going to our next one, I have the Gengar Hollow from the Sword and Shield set. I don't know that this is worth a whole lot. The Gengar Hollow is last sold PSA 10 at $40. So again, not a huge hit, but Gengar is one of my favorite Pokemon. I've always loved the Gengar. And even if it were to come back a PSA 9, it's still worth like $9 or $10. So, but again, this is another card. Top to bottom centering on the back is not great, but overall really, really good. I don't see any corner or edge damage. There might be just a little bit of whitening in this corner up here. But the front centering looks really good on this, so I think I have a decent shot at a PSA 10 on this one too. Now, going to our next one is the Oricorio from the Cosmic Eclipse set. Oricorio GX Secret Rare. Now this card in a PSA 10 last sold for $45.99. I don't think I'm going to get a PSA 10 on this just straight out the bat. The centering on this is absolutely horrible. I mean, look at all the extra edge on this side versus there's almost no edge outside this basic border on this side. And so that alone I think is going to knock me down to a 9. And then on this corner here I have a little bit of damage. There's a little bit of whitening. Not really damage. There's maybe a hint of white on this corner. And just the back, the centering as well, left to right, is just really bad. So I don't think it'll get a 10. I think it's more likely to get a 9, maybe even an 8, just because the centering is so bad. But we're going to send it off anyways, get it graded. And because if it does come back a 10, it is worth $50. So we're gonna try. We're gonna hope. And then going to our next card, I've opened up a lot of different packs, especially with the 10s that I've been opening. There's a lot of different packs within those, so I'm getting a lot of different sets. This is from the Burning Shadows set. This is the Full Art Wick Secret Wiki, however you want to pronounce it. Full Art Wick. And this card and a PSA 10 last sold for $195. That's absolutely insane. But so let's check out the back. Now right away you can see there's a good amount of edge damage up here on this top edge, and then again on this bottom edge as well. So I don't think it's going to come back a PSA 10. So let's check the PSA 9 price out and see if it were to come back a PSA 9, would it still really be worth sending in? And so a PSA 9, even a PSA 9 is still worth $50 in this card. So I'm still going to send it in just because it looks so good. But yeah, so hopefully we get the PSA 10 $200 version and not the PSA 9 $50 version. The centering on this is pretty good. Top to bottom is not great. It's favoring the bottom a lot more than the top. But left to right, it's favoring the left just a little bit, but it might still be within that 60-40 range of PSA. And then, like we said on the back, just the edge damage I think alone is going to knock me down to a 9. So we'll hope for the best and pray we don't get the worst. So next up, we have our Sun and Moon. From the Sun and Moon set, we have the Tauros GX Full Art. Number 144. So this card is not super popular. But in a PSA 10, last sold for $27. So this is probably the least valuable card that I'm probably going to send in, but I think it has a good shot at getting a PSA 10. The centering on it looks really good. The surface on this looks great. The edges look clean. The corners look clean. So I think I have a chance of getting a PSA 10. And if I do, I'll probably just hold on to it just for nostalgia's sake. I didn't play the Sun and Moon games too much, but these cards will only grow with time and become more valuable as people want them, as the stock or the supply thins out, as they get lost in time. So getting one kind of sealed in a PSA 10, I think would be a smart move, because currently there is 50 PSA 10s in existence and 27 PSA 9s and 2 PSA 8s, and those are it of the graded Tauros GX cards. So there's only been 78 Tauros GXs graded. So I think this is a card that's not in super high demand, but as time goes on, it might become worth more and more. So next we're going to move into, I might have spoiled something a little bit there. Next we're going to move into the XY Evolutions set. I have a lot of cards from this Evolution set just because this Evolution set is so sought after right now. The prices on this are just absolutely absurd. So cards are really worth getting graded. First off, we have our Metapod Kakuna reverse foil. This Kakuna reverse foil is worth $63 in a PSA 10. Kakuna is worth $63. That's insane. But the centering on this top to bottom looks pretty good. Left to right looks pretty good. There's no real noticeable, I can't see anything on the corners or edges, so I think it has a solid chance of getting a PSA 10. So I'm going to send it off. Even if it comes back a PSA 9, it's still worth like 10-15 bucks. And again, it's going to be sealed in a case, and like I've said all video, it's going to be sealed and will grow with time. Now this was a big pull. I didn't realize it at the time when I pulled it, but this was an absolute monster of a pull. This Growlithe reverse foil in a PSA 10 goes for $107. Like, what the heck? Now, Growlithe was one of my favorite Pokemon when I first started playing the games. He's just one of those awesome Pokemon you grow up loving. This card, the centering on it, left to right is not great. Top to bottom is pretty good, but left to right is not great. On the back, there's no... there's a little bit of whitening here in the corner. It looks like it might have been hit on the corner a little bit, so it might lose something there. So it might not be a PSA 10, might be a PSA 9. So in a PSA 9, what would this Growlithe be worth? Just for our sake. So even if I'm still going to send it off either way. I noticed that little corner damage. That is what it is. I'm still going to send it off. And when I get it back, we're going to make another video revealing all the grades I got. And showing you all what it's actually worth. So in a PSA 9, if it were still to come back, it'd still be worth 20 bucks in a PSA 9. Not great, not terrible, but it'd be nice to have it. My goal is to have a full set of at least PSA 9 of the entire Evolutions card set. That's just a goal for me personally. I want to be able to have that because I think that as the set as a whole, with all the reverses and the hollows, I think would be a collector's dream to be able to collect all those. So this is the Growlithe. And then moving on, we have its big brother, the Arcanine non-hollow. The Arcanine non-hollow in a PSA 10. Last sold for 36 bucks. So not a huge hitter, but like I said, Arcanine and Growlithe were one of my favorite Pokemon growing up. So just having a sealed version of all of these guys would be really nice to have. The centering on this card is really good. You notice this little thing here. This is the card sleeve that's in. It's not the actual card that's bent. But top to bottom looks great. Left to right looks great. And then going over to the back, the edges and the corners look really good. So I think this is another contender for PSA 10. And if it does come back at 10, I probably won't sell this just because him being such a nostalgic Pokemon for me. Which this whole set is. It's just absolutely insane. And then you can see our next card here is the Mewtwo non-hollow from the XY Evolutions set. The Mewtwo non-hollow PSA 10 last sold for $92. So this beautiful card right here could be a $100 card almost, be a $90 card. The centering on it left to right looks really good. Top to bottom looks solid as well. Looking on the back, we have a little bit of white on the corner here, so this corner probably going to come back a PSA 9 at best. So we'll go and check that out and see what PSA 9 would look like for us here. And just for reference, I'm using PokemonPrice.com to get these numbers. So these are sold prices via eBay or another retailer. So last sold PSA 9 Mewtwo non-hollow went for 19 bucks. So still a $20 card if it $20 card if it comes back PSA 9. Again, if PSA 9, I'm probably gonna hold on to it and maintain my full set. PSA 10, I might think about selling it. No, I'm just kidding. I won't. I love Mewtwo. He's a really fun Pokemon and has always been elusive until Pokemon Go came around and I got a few of them. All right, moving on to our next card. We have our Ninetales Break. So a lot of people don't like these break cards, but these break cards really. Some people have really been hunting them. The Ninetales Break is worth it's 20 bucks PSA 10, so I might not send this in. I don't know. I still haven't decided. They're really hard to grade though for them because of them being like this, and there's 96 PSA 10s with only 49 PSA 9s. Like they're just so hard for them to not give them a 10 just because they have almost nothing to grade off of. they have this little bit here versus this little bit here to grade off of. So I think it's a pretty strong contender for a solid, for a PSA 10, but I don't know if I'll send it in. Probably will, just because you never know what's going to happen with it. Some people might start wanting these, some might not. So anyways, this is the Ninetales Break. No, there's a little bit of damage up, a little bit of white up here on the corner. And maybe just a hair here. I don't know. You're getting really picky at that point. So again, I'll let y'all know if I send this in or not. Next up, we have our Machamp reverse foil. So this is number 59 in the set. The Machamp reverse foil, PSA 10, last sold for $90. I'm telling you guys, this set is just absolutely ridiculous with the prices right now. It's honestly insane. But that's why I've really enjoyed opening these up lately. These packs that I've been fortunate enough to find. And yeah. But so back to this card. Centering top to bottom, left to right, looks really good. Considering this set as a whole, when they printed it, really struggled to have good centering. Just the cuts were just really bad. So looking on the back here, it looks really good. It might be just a tiny bit of white up here in the corner, but I don't really see much of anything. The centering on the back looks good. Edges look great. Corners look great, other than, like I said, maybe this one little bit of them getting nitpicky. So I think this is another solid contender for a 10. Well, but I'm going to send it off, and hopefully we'll see how it does. Next up, we have the Mew reverse foil. Now the Mew reverse foil, last sold PSA 10 for $205. This is a huge hit. And I pulled this Mew reverse holo right in front of that Mewtwo non-holo that I had. I was like, that was just an absolutely absurd pack. But this Mew, centering on it looks pretty good. Maybe just a hair more on the left side than the right. Top to bottom looks solid. Going to the back, our centering looks good as well. Maybe just a little favored right, a little more to the right to the left. Top to bottom looks good. Our corners look good. There's a little bit of white here on this bottom right corner. I don't know if you all can see that, but all in all, looks like a solid card. Yeah. Sorry, throat was getting a little dry. Had to take a drink. This card, I'm gonna send it off. And again, that Mew, it's just the nostalgia of it. I watched those original Mew Pokemon the movie. Those movies were really fun, and so these cards bring back a lot of nostalgia for that. But yeah, a $200 card and a PSA 10. Let's check the PSA 9. Oh, that's PSA 9, guys. $200 in a PSA 9. I'm nuts. Last sold PSA 10 of the Mew reverse foil. Oh, it was $205. Okay, I'm not crazy. Let's check PSA 9 price. Just to double check. Yeah. Okay, so PSA 9 for the reverse foil is $36. Which is absolutely insane. And a PSA 9 for it to still be worth $36. Alright, moving on to our next card, and try not to show our last card here. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over behind this guy. So a little bit of a surprise for what we got there. Next up, we have our Blastoise EX Holo. Blastoise EX Holo in a PSA 9 last sold for $75. And a PSA 10 last sold for $128.50. So about a $50 difference between PSA 9 and PSA 10. Centering on this card looks really solid left to right. Really good. Top to bottom is not very good at all, honestly. This bottom part is really fat. This gold border you see around it. But this card, I think personally would be really hard to grade just because of all this whitening around it. All the extra art, being water splashing out of the art they got going on here in this card. But let's check out the back here. That white spot's in the card saver and not in the sleeve or on the card. Corners look, well, let's check out centering first. Left to right looks really good, I think. Bring our light in here a little better so we can see. Left to right looks really good. Top to bottom looks pretty solid on the back side. Our corners look good. Our edges also look good. I don't see anything there. There might be just a hair of something on the surface right here above my thumb, but I really don't think that this card is in too bad a condition. Honestly, I think the only thing that's really killing me is this top to bottom centering here. So I think this is a solid PSA 10 contender. I think most likely a 9, but we'll send it off, see what we get back. And so lastly, the last card of the stack of my pulls here, I think is a absolutely monstrous hitter. I opened one box, the first box I opened when I got back into collecting, and I got the best card you could get out of the set. And that's from the Champions Path set. The Champions Path set, Charizard VMAX Secret Rare. Now this card is absolutely monstrous of a pull. I mean monster. This card in a PSA 10 last sold for $745, guys. $745. That's insane. In a PSA 9, it's still a $370 card. And a PSA 8, we'll go down to a PSA 8, is still a $370 card. This card is worth a lot, guys. I hit it huge on this card. The centering on this looks, the only real place to tell is here, just by the moves. The centering on it left to right looks pretty good. Not perfect, but solid. Most of this card, where I'll lose points if I do, is on the back here. And the centering on it looks good. Left to right, solid. Top to bottom looks great. The corners look clean. The edges look clean. I honestly think this is a solid PSA 10 contender. The only thing I think they can knock me on here is the centering on the front, just a bit. The surface on this looks absolutely perfect. I don't see any flaws on it. I'm absolutely going to send this in just because if it comes back at PSA 10, it's a $700, $800 card, and I think that price is only going to go up. Just the interest in Pokemon right now and the fire that's currently in everyone's hearts to restart collecting Pokemon has just been driving prices absolutely bonkers, and I think the Champions Path just being such a limited set to find right now, just so hard to get, and the rarity of pulling this VMAX Charizard is just absolutely insane. And so this VMAX Secret Charizard, I think, is just gonna get harder and harder to find.